A very good morning, everyone. You have completed your semester number 5th, and today onwards we are going to start with the last semester of BCA, that is BCA semester 6, and I heartily welcomes you all into the BCA semester 6. Before starting our subject, I would like to give the introduction regarding subject as well as regarding the semester. In this semester, you are having 3 subjects, that is CS 31, which is mobile computing using Android and iPhone, that I am going to take. CS 32 contains the subject data warehousing with SQL Server 2012, and third subject is CS 33, which is based on the programming in Python. So these 3 are the subjects which you need to deal in this semester. Now you are having 2 practicals, that is CS 34, which is called practical 1, again that is based on CS 31. CS 31 is nothing but it is mobile computing using Android and iPhone, and practical 2, that is based on the CS 32 and CS 33, that means data warehousing and Python. So this both contains the weightage of 50 marks, where mobile computing using Android and iPhone contains the weightage of 100 marks, and the last subject is based on CS 36, which is related with the project Viva and your project. I am going to repeat the 6 subjects, which is CS 31 to CS 36. First subject is based on Android, which contains the weightage of 100 mark, data warehousing with SQL Server 2012, it contains the weightage of 50 mark. Programming in Python, this subject is also contains the weightage of 50 marks. You are having 2 different practicals, practical 1, practical 2. So you need to prepare your subject accordingly, and CS 36 stands for the project Viva. So this is the information regarding the subject you are going to deal in this current semester. Now I am going to take CS 31. The name of our subject is mobile computing using Android and iPhone. In our syllabus there is a 30% of weightage related with the iPhone. So we are having both the mobile computing using Android as well as we need to deal with the iPhone. Now let me discuss syllabus related with our subject, that is mobile computing using Android and iPhone. You people know that our subject is divided into 5 different units, that is unit number 1 to unit number 5. So the name of first unit is Introduction to Android and Android Application Design. That means first unit contains the introductory portion regarding the Android operating system, right? So we are going to cover the topics which are related with the introduction regarding Android. First topic is the introduction of Android, then OHA. OHA is nothing but Open Handset Alliance. The third topic is called the Android platform, as well as Android SDK. SDK stands for Software Development Kit. Next is called building a sample Android application. You people know that in any of language, the first program you are going to develop is what? It is related with the hello world only. That means you are going to print the message on the screen. So we are going to build a simple application using Android application. So that is the first program of our Android application. Next is called Anatomy of an Android application and Android terminologies. So these both are the topics which are related with the terms which we are going to use with the Android. There are different terms related with the Android. So you need to understand that this particular term is related with what particular topic. So that terminology we are going to refer in these two topic. Next is called application context, activities, services and intent. These all are the topics which we are going to refer by performing practicals in the Android. So that all are the advanced topic which we are going to see in future. Next is called receiving and broadcasting intents. Receiving and broadcasting intents is nothing but you people create broadcast list in WhatsApp group, right? And when you pass one message, then at that time if you are having broadcast list, then it will send to the list of people. So you can again create using Android application. So that we will see when it comes. Next is called Android manifest file and its common settings. There are lots of files related with the Android. So we will see that which file is related with what particular facility, or which file gives which kind of facility, that we are going to refer. But manifest file is such in which majority of setting you need to perform. That means if you are going to create one activity, when you are going to create services or intents, at that time you need to register your activity or services or intents in the manifest file. Next is called using intent filter and permissions. Suppose if you want to use certain things, at that time first of all you need to take a permission, then and then only you can use such kind of functionality. So in the manifest file only you need to set the permission to use resources or to use certain network oriented activities or functionalities. Next is called managing applications resources in a hierarchy. It may be possible that your application contains more than one file or more than one form, or we can say more than one application. So if your Android application contains more than one file, at that time you need to maintain hierarchical structure so that all the files are linked together properly, or it can be managed easily. Next is called working with different types of resources. There are lots of resources available in the Android application, so you need to understand the use of different kinds of resources, and in future when there is a requirement at that time you need to understand the working structure of your resources. So this is the topics which are related with the first unit, and each unit contains the weightage of 20 mark. So this is the introduction related with the Android operating system. These topics we are going to see in the theoretical portion, as well as some of topics are still there which we are going to refer during the practical sessions. Next topic, next unit is Android user interface design. In your ASP.NET you are having many controls, right, which are available with the ASP.NET, like button is there, combo box is there, list box is there, right. So in Android user interface design you are having UI screen elements. UI screen elements means what? User interface screen elements. In that you can have buttons, edit text is there, text view is there, you are having date picker, time picker, progress bar, list view, grid view, radio group, image button, fragmentation. These all are known as user interface screen elements, that is also refer as widgets. Widgets means what? See, this is the term which is used in place of elements or in place of controls. In ASP.NET you are referring as a control. Over here you can use widgets, you can use UI screen elements. In your theory exam the question may ask that explain any two UI screen elements. So at that time you need to mention either button or edit text. You can consider text view, you can give the example related with the date picker or time picker or any of widget which you can write. So UI screen elements is nothing but it is a control related with the ASP.NET, and over here you can also use term like widget. Next is called designing user interfaces with layouts. There are several layouts used with the Android application. Here is a list of layout like relative layout, linear layout or tabular layout. Generally, relative layout is such when you are going to put one widget. Now what is widget? It is a button or text view or date time picker. So when you are going to put one button on the Android application, at that time it decide the position of that button based on the other layout or related with the other widget. So that thing is known as relative layout. Relative means what? It is related with the other one or it depends on the other one. So the position of one widget is depends on the position of another widget, that is known as relative layout. Now linear layout can be possible using either horizontal or vertical. Horizontal means x direction, vertical means y direction. So in linear layout you are able to place your widget based on either horizontally or on the vertically. So that two thing can be possible with the linear layout. Next is called tabular layout. Tabular means what? It is a combination of row and column only, right? So tabular layout gives you the facility to use row and column, or we can say to arrange your widget or UI screen elements based on the row or based on the column. So these all are known as different kinds of layout which are available with the Android user interface design. See, this is a designing control, or we can say this unit is related with the designs, right? So we are having different kinds of UI screen elements, we are having different kinds of layouts. Now dialogues are there. Dialogues means what? When you want to create custom dialogue, say for example, when you are going to delete particular file, at that time you will get confirmation message like, are you sure you want to delete particular item? And you are having yes no option over there, right? So same thing you can create with the Android application. It is referred as a dialogue. Next is called drawing and working with animations. Android is generally, this is animation is generally the advantage, or we can say that is the biggest feature of Android application, that is called animation, right? So you are having two different kinds of animation available in the Android application. First is called frame by frame animation and other one is called twinned animation. So these two types of animation are there in our syllabus, and definitely we will see the practicals which are based on the animation. So these two are the unit. First unit is based on the introduction of Android. Second unit is based on the different kinds of elements available in the Android, as well as different types of layout like relative, linear, tabular layout. You can create different kinds of dialog boxes, and the Android has one biggest feature that is called animation, and there are two types of animation. One is called frame by frame animation and other is called twinned animation. So again, this is a second unit, and this unit contains the weightage of 20 mark. So remember one thing, that whatever the theoretical portion is there, that is that we will cover in the first unit, and from the second unit onwards practical is started. The third unit is based on the database connectivity, and over here you are having SQLite. That means in the backend, what we are going to use? SQLite database, right? Why? Because see, from its name only you are able to get it is a lightweight database. Because see, what is the limitation of Android? You are having limited screen, limited GUI, and you are having limited capacity to store your data, right? Nowadays there is a vast changes and you are having a higher capacity of storage, but over here we are having SQLite database. So we will see how to connect our Android application with the SQLite database or using SQLite database. So in any programming language, the connectivity chapter is at the last, but over here we are having the connectivity chapter at the middle. So it contains again the weightage of 20 marks, but in your practical exam this unit is important because the practicals are based on the connectivity only. So we will refer this particular unit at the last. So using Android data and storage API, API means application programming interface. There are lots of storage facility available in the Android, like internal storage or external storage. Definitely we will see the practicals based on the internal as well as external storage. Next is called managing data using SQLite. That means with the help of SQLite database, how to manage data, how to manage records, how to create columns, how to manage tables. These all are the functionalities which we are going to see or we are going to refer with the help of SQLite. Next is called sharing data between applications with content provider. You people generally used WhatsApp, right? So in your WhatsApp, what you are going to share? Number one, you are going to share some text, right? Or some thoughts are there, some quotes are there that you are going to share. So sharing of data is there. Even you are going to share some image with the other members, so that is called sharing of image. One more thing, you are going to share using any application, not only in the WhatsApp group, but any of the social applications. You can share either the text data or the image data, or you can also share videos between the applications. You can share some video with the WhatsApp group or WhatsApp members or any social media applications. So we are going to develop such kind of programs using which you are able to transfer text, you are able to transfer images, or you are able to transfer video. So again, this unit contains the weightage of 20 marks, and this is the most IMP chapter based on the practical exam, because it is related with the connectivity. Next chapter is based on the LBS. This is the unit number 4. Right? LBS means what? Location based services. Nowadays you are using Google Maps, and it is based on the global positioning system, that is GPS navigation is there, right? So we are again going to develop the programs based on the GPS system. It gives your locations using geocoding classes, using mapping of classes. You are having many more services based on the locations, using which you can get the location of your device. So we are going to refer the practicals based on this all types of topic based on the locations. Next is called API. API means what? Application Programming Interface. As I have told you that there are many types of API available with the Android applications. In our syllabus, we are going to perform practicals based on 3 different API. One is called networking API, second is called web API, and third is called telephony API. I am going to give one example which is based on telephony API. Say for example, if you are going to make a call to your friend, and if that phone is engaged, at that time it will show the message that phone is busy or phone is in use. So that is the use of telephony API. At that time we are going to check the status of other device API, right, using telephony API. So if your phone is on the ideal, that means right now it is not in use, right now it is busy, or whatever other status is there related with the mobile, at that time you need to use Android telephony API. So there are 3 different types of API. I am going to repeat it once again. Number 1, networking API. Number 2, web API, and number 3, telephony API. Next is called notifications, right? See, there are different types of notifications in your mobile instrument. Whatever the topics I am going to speak from here, right, you people can easily understand because you are using Android instrument only. So when I speak the word notification, at that time you will definitely connect or recall that notification would be there in the status bar, right? So status bar means what? Where the notification, you will get the notification regarding any applications, notification regarding alarm, or notifications regarding any application or messages. So there are lots of type of notification, right? Say for example, vibrating of your phone, it is a kind of notification only. Or application light blinks, you can set the color of your application, right? So you can set the color of that lights, that say for example, if message is there in the WhatsApp, at that time red light is there. If message is there in the hike, at that time green light is there. So you can set the light color of your lights based on the notification, based on the applications. So but for that you must have the LED light in your mobile instrument, then and then only you are able to get notification of blinking lights. So we will see various kinds of notifications in the notification type. Next is called application development using JSON in MySQL. JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. So we will see how to develop Android application using JSON in MySQL. And last point is called publish Android application. This is where our application has been launched in the Android Play Store, right? So if you want to launch your application in Play Store, at that time you need to perform certain steps, and that step we are going to see using publish Android application. So that is a theoretical topic which I will explain. I will explain the steps which are based on the how to publish Android application. So this is all about unit number 4, which again contains the weightage of 20 marks. I am going to repeat the points which are related with the unit number 4. Number 1, we will start this unit with the locations. You are having global positioning system using which you are able to trace the location of your mobile instrument. So that we will see using location based services. Next is called API. API is nothing but it is application programming interface. There are various APIs available in the market, available in the Android application. We are having 3 different types of API: networking, web and telephony. Telephony API example I have already explained. If you want to check the status of your mobile instrument, whether it is in the ideal mode, whether your phone is in the ringing mode, or whether your phone is in the busy, so that status can be checked with the help of telephony API. You are having the facility of notification. Notifications generally displays with the status bar. There are various kinds of notification available in the Android. One is called vibrate notification. One is called blinking the light notification. I have given you again the example of blinking the lights, but for that I have told you that your mobile must contain LED light for the blinking of your lights, and the color of this light you can set with the help of application also. That functionality is available in the Android application. Next is called application development using JSON. So over here we are having JSON parsing, or we can say JavaScript object notation in MySQL. And last point is how to publish your Android application in the Play Store. There are certain rules and regulations which you need to follow if you want to publish your application in the Play Store. So this is the unit number 4, and the last unit is related with the introduction about iPhone. It contains the weightage of 20 marks. This is a very small portion. We have just the introductory portion of iPhone. You are not able to perform the practical in our lab because it is not possible, but definitely again we are having DOSBox Xcode, right? So I will show the practicals based on the Xcode, and using that I will give you the different kinds of example. But in the introduction portion of iPhone, we are having introduction related to the IDE of Xcode. We are again having user screen elements of iPhone, that is button, text view or text field. I will show the practicals based on iPhone only, and using that I will show how to put button on the iPhone, how to use text view or text field in the iPhone. That practical definitely I will show you, but you are not able to perform practicals on the lab. Yes, definitely if you are having iPhone or any Xcode in your device, at that time you can execute this program. Or if you are having iPhone, or if you are iPhone users, then you can create this type of program. Next is called creating and building simple application. Again I will show this. And last is called Cocoa Touch and MVC. So Cocoa Touch and MVC both are the most IMP theoretical questions will be asked in the theoretical exam. So at that time we are going to complete with the introduction of iPhone, and over there we are going to complete our syllabus related with the Android and iPhone. I have put a screenshot over here, and you are able to see that one note is written over here, that is Android application must be developed using Android Studio. So if you want to execute or if you want to run your applications in the Android, at that time there are various tools available in the market. Say for example, Eclipse is there. If you don't want to use Android Studio, at that time Eclipse is there in the market, right? But syntactical portion of Eclipse is different than Android Studio, and over here it is a note that your application must be developed using Android Studio. So we are having Android Studio in our lab, using which we are going to create practical programs in the Android. So this is all about the introduction of our semester, as well as introduction about the syllabus. I am going to repeat it once again. We have started with the introduction of our subject. You are having 3 different subjects, and all the 3 subjects are basically based on the programming languages or databases. Data warehousing with SQL Server 2012. So that and Python both contains the weightage of 100. So 50-50 weightage is there, where mobile computing using Android and iPhone contains the weightage of 100 marks, and you need to create project again in this semester. Next is called the name of our subject. I am going to deal CS31 and name of our subject is mobile computing using Android and iPhone. In this, we are having 5 different units and each contains the weightage of 20 marks. The first unit is related with the introduction of our Android applications. In that we are going to understand or we are going to learn the different terminologies based on the Android. Next unit is related with the user interface design. I have told you that UI screen element is nothing but it is a control in the ASP.NET. You can refer UI screen element with the help of widget also, right? So widget or UI screen element both are equals. You are having different types of layout, you are having different types of dialog boxes, you are having two types of animations, frame by frame animation and twinned animation. So in this unit you are going to refer different types of designs. Next unit is related with database connectivity with the help of SQLite. SQLite is nothing but it is a database which is used with the Android application. It is a lightweight database so that you can easily connect your Android application with the help of SQLite, and you are having different types of storage classes like internal storage or external storage. So that program also we are going to refer in this particular unit, as well as sharing data between application is nothing but you are able to share your data like text, video or images using content provider. So when there is this unit contains the weightage of 20 marks and it is related with the database connectivity, and which is most important unit. This unit contains many subtopic. It is related with the locations, it is related with the API, related with the notification, related with the JSON parsing, as well as how to publish your Android application in the Play Store. So this unit again contains the weightage of 20 marks, and the last unit is related with the introduction about iPhone. So if you are having iPhone, then you are able to create the applications based on the iPhone. I will show the practicals based on the iPhone, but I am going to repeat it once again. You are not going to create applications in the lab because for that you need to have interface. And last point is called Cocoa Touch and MVC. This is the points or topics which is related with the theoretical concept and it is important in the theoretical exam. Again it contains the weightage of 20 mark. There are lots of tools using which you are able to create Android application, but we are having Android Studio in our lab, so we will start with the Android Studio only. Eclipse is also there in the market, but we are not going to refer it because in our syllabus only they have strictly mentioned that your Android application must be developed using Android Studio. So this is all about the introduction of our Android subject, as well as we have discussed the syllabus regarding Android. In our next video we are going to start with our actual subject, that is unit number 1, right? And in that we have started with the introduction of Android. I would like to share this screen with you which contains the weightage of 100 mark, that is topic is what, CS31, which is based on the Android, and CS32 and 33, this is the subject which is called data warehousing, using MySQL, using SQL Server and Python, which contains weightage of 100 mark, and you need to create project, so it again contains weightage of 100 mark. So this is all about our today's session. In next session we will start with the introduction of Android. Up till there, thank you all.